YouTube, what's going on? Consumer reviews and DIYs here, back with another video. And today we're going to be replacing the transmission auxiliary cooler inlet line. Ordered this from off of Amazon. It was around 16 bucks, but there's going to be a twist to this story. This is your part number here, 23115736, and this is going to be a genuine GM part. Also, just doing some research before attempting the job, I heard that trying to get these clips off is a beast. So I made sure I ordered some additional clips from off of Amazon. I recommend that you do that if you are changing out any of these transmission lines. All right, so we're going to get to it. I'm going to try to give some instruction on here. I didn't capture all of the footage, but I will try to walk you through. So under the hood, again, I am on the driver's side. It is the top line underneath the radiator hose. So again, driver's side, this is what was leaking, and this line runs around to the front of the engine. It's a short line, I mean, as you can see from the part in the video. And the top line, the top part was okay. It's the bottom one that was leaking, and pretty sure you can see all that residue. So I removed the radiator hose to give me some more space. Now you also have these little black plastic pieces you'll have to slide off of the where the fitting is, and you'll see that on both the front and then the top part, but you can't see that top part until you take off this flap. And this flap is just held in by some push pins. It's around about 6. So get your tool and go ahead and take that off, and you'll be able to see that line. It'll be right here. Now this has the black plastic piece. I'm just going to scoot it down so I have access to remove that pin. Now this is a very tight space to work in, especially on the top. This bottom part is easier to get to, but this top part is very tight. So it's optional. You can take off some more. You can take off that support if you need more space, but I just meant I wasn't going to take off any more parts. So one of the best recommendations to get this off is order the official tool that you need. You'll save a whole lot of time in the process, but if you don't have that tool, you can use pick tools. Now, one of the clips gave me a lot of problems. This bottom one, the top part was a lot easier to get off. This bottom one was more of a challenge to get off. So I ended up just kind of looking through my tools and see what I had to work with. And this is what saved the day. I was able to actually get down in there and pull it up, because with these clips, you do have to get some leverage on it and be able to pull it up. So you need something very fine with a point to get to it. Again, the pick tools are awesome. If you can order the official tool, it would be more preferable. And if you have a set like this, that would be even better for you, just in case you run into some hurdles like I did. The biggest mistake is putting the lines back in and then attempting to put the clips on. That is not the right way. You have to put the clips in first, then put the lines in. Right. And so I was struggling with getting these clips back into these fittings. So what I did is I just took a 19mm socket. You can use a 19mm wrench as well. And I just took the fittings off. It made life a lot easier. So even though I had the lines off, I took both of the fittings off, the one up top and the one down bottom. And so once I got them off, I was actually able to see what my problem was. It was the O-ring in the bottom one that you seen leaking that was allowing that transmission cooler fluid to come through. And so I started to think, like, I don't really need to even replace the line. Not to mention, once I got everything back together, the line would not snap in. And that's when I went to the audible play and I said, you know what? The issue is really just the O-ring. So I ended up getting an O-ring. I used my same fitting, and I actually used the same transmission line. Once I put the new O-ring on and I got the clips on with the fittings off, once I was able to play around, understand the fittings and get those on, then I put the fittings back in, the clamp already in them, or the little clamp already in them on both sides. And then I was able to install my old line again. I went for a drive and it is not leaking anymore. Another successful DIY down in the book. So, okay, let's go ahead and let's summarize this. Let's land this plane and get to the end of this video. All right, in summary, what I would recommend is not even, replacing the line, unless you have a noticeable leak or hold or weeping in the line. I would get some extra clips as mandatory for this job, and I would get me an assortment of O-rings as well. I would recommend just looking at the fittings, see if you're leaking past the O-ring, and if so, just go ahead and replace the O-rings in both of those fittings, if possible. You guys let me know what you think about this in the comment section. This may not be available on all of the lines, but on this auxiliary, I think it's called a transmission auxiliary cooler inlet line, it was possible. Hope you guys made it to the very end of the video. Had to come back with an update. After we attempted the fix on this line, as you can see, we still have a very small leak coming out. So what I ended up doing is I ordered both of the fittings, the one that went into the radiator and the one up top. These are the old fittings. I went ahead and removed those so you can still follow the same steps that I outlined in the video to remove them. And I replaced them with new fittings. Now, the fittings already came with O-rings. So if you don't have extra O-rings, then you'll be locked in if you get these parts. So that's the first part number here. It is 15226661. And then this is the other part, the other fitting. See if we can get this straight so I can give you the part number. 192-10848. I'll make sure I leave the Amazon affiliate links in the description for them. And this is the part for the line 23115736. Again, we replaced all of them, test drove it pretty hard, got it up to temp. It looks like everything is dry now. But again, I couldn't just leave the video posted without coming back and letting you guys know what the update was and the steps that we took to mitigate any leaks. All right, YouTube, I appreciate you guys. Make sure you subscribe to the content, drop a like. And if you have any questions, just let me know and I'll catch you on the next one.